Hello everyone, this is The Last Word and I'm Maria Shakil. It was the day of most anticipated meeting. Telugu film industry heavyweights meeting Telangana Chief Minister Revanth Reddy. Chief Minister Reddy dug in his heels and stuck to his stand of not allowing any more concessions for movie screenings, declining to increase the rates of tickets for the new release and telling Tollywood stalwarts to fall in line and respect the law. Those part of the 40-member Telugu film industry delegation included top actors, directors and producers. The meeting comes against the backdrop of heat on Pushpa 2 actor Allu Arjun over a stampede during the premiere of his film, which left a woman dead. Revanth Reddy also drew the line that road shows by actors and cast members during film premieres won't be allowed without police permission. Actors should not insist on attending premieres if the police feel it could lead to a law and order situation like the Sandhya theatre episode. So what happened today? A quick report and then I bring you the guests.
Telugu film industry's top producers and filmmakers meeting Telangana Chief Minister Revanth Reddy. This just days after the Pushpa 2 Stampede death case. Among the producers attending the meet was the father of Allu Arjun, Allu Arjun, who is also a renowned film producer. Actors Akkineni Nagarjuna, Daggubatti Venkatesh and director K. Raghavendra Rao were also part of the meeting. The aim was to discuss the way forward after the tension in the film industry over Allu Arjun's arrest. There was a clear message from CM Revanth. Stars must be responsible for fans and that there will be no compromise on law and order.
The Chief Minister, while extending his support, made his priorities clear that there shall be no compromise on law and order. The meeting can also be seen as the Chief Minister extending a bigger picture to Tollywood with respect to making a vision for Hyderabad as this international place for filmmaking.
No tension, nothing, all will be solved today. It is over now. We will support Telugu industry in Telangana. Unfortunate incident happened before releasing that one Telugu movie. Then after that, yesterday you saw that we have producers went and paid someone, not for money. We have to frame some guidelines today. After that, I will brief you.
The meeting was an olive branch being extended and facilitated by the Telangana Film Development Corporation Chairman, Mr. Dil Raju.
आज तेलुगु फिल्म छोड़ के बॉलीवुड से और तमिल फिल्म कन्नड़ा फिल्म सब फिल्म्स इधर शूटिंग हो रहे हैं और इसको इंटरनेशनल वाइज उसके लिए लॉजिस्टिक्स क्या चाहिए हॉलीवुड से भी पिक्चर्स आके इधर शूटिंग करने के लिए क्या क्या चाहिए वो लॉजिस्टिक्स पूछ रहा है वो हैदराबाद को ग्लोबल करना.
We also promise that there will be more caution in the way we address these large kinds of gatherings. The police also had suggestions on how to conduct these things, take better permissions, have better barricading, better things, and so that there is a system in which we can do these things.
A woman's death in the stampede outside the theatre in Hyderabad and subsequently Allu Arjun's arrest had sent shockwaves not just in the Telugu film industry, but had also shocked film fraternity across the country. The incident has ignited the debate, role of a star's responsibility in terms of being mindful of crowd control as opposed to promoting films with special appearances.
While a first step has been taken to break the ice between the government and the Telugu film industry, the Chief Minister, we are told, has made it clear that there will be no compromise on law and order, on the role of bouncers and private security and the responsibility of celebrities. There is also no budging yet on allowing premiere shows or special or benefit shows. In Hyderabad, with Tanushka Datta and camera person Nagraju, Uma Sudhir, NDTV.
And joining us now, Kasturi Shankar, actor and activist. Syed Asad Abbas is a political analyst. We have Ravula Sridhar Reddy, VRS spokesperson, and also R. Ravichander, who is a film critic and senior advocate. I'm going to begin with you, Mr. Ravichander. How do you look at the outcome of this meeting?
Well, to begin with, you answered that question saying, what did you expect out of that meeting? Now, I was very, very sure that the Chief Minister believes in sticking to his guns, and I think it's not much to say that you have to follow the law, the rule of law will prevail, so and so and so and so. the one good thing that happened out of it is that they came out with two positive aspects. One is that they understand and realize that they were caught unawares. And that is why Mr. Suresh was talking about the need for reinforcing a system in place so that these kind of things do not happen. So this is an indirect way of saying they were all caught unawares. So this is an important aspect of the matter. The second aspect of the matter is, I think the government is clearly saying no greed over public interest. They're saying no huge rates, no huge premiershows, because as of now, we do not have the wherewithal of various kinds required to ensure that this happens calmly and without these kind of bizarre accidents. So these are two very, very important things. One, no carrot at the end of the stick, and two, understanding that they were all caught unawares, and the road ahead is not one of revenge, but one of ensuring that there are corrective measures taken to ensure that stampedes do not happen at gatherings.
Yes,
Today,
but the larger question is that if there has to be a system in place, then who is responsible for putting that system in place? It's all very well for the Chief Minister to say that the actors should not step out and go in for film promotion, but they should take police permission. But isn't that what happens even now? That police permissions are sought before a promotion of this nature, a premiere of this nature, where the actor himself makes an appearance.
Two things. See, in this case, the initial story was that permission was sought from the police commissioner. Then yesterday, Uma was showing us that the permission was sought from the local police, and the local police had said no. Now, what has happened is that I, as an advocate, can tell you that every 5th day or 10th day, whenever there is some meeting happening, there is a tendency for the police to say no permission or sleep over the permission. Courts have repeatedly said this is not the way you run a democracy. You have to grant permissions. You will have to grant permissions with various limitations, conditions, etc., etc. So the statement that we will not grant you permission for meetings, stars can't stay, is a fascist approach to an interaction between an actor. Even an actor, after all, has the freedom of expression, and meeting his fan following is a part of his profession, a part, what sells fast, what sells good. So I'm not on the same page with the Chief Minister on that, but I still give him the benefit of doubt. I think it's still early. It's baby steps, they will change. They will understand that the methodology has to come into place.
So
but
then, is the state and the Chief Minister himself, who's expected to maintain the law and order, then shirking his own responsibility? I want to ask that question to Syed Asad Abbas. The question is, it's all very well to make all that grandstanding, but the larger question here is that what is the responsibility of the state government and what is the responsibility of the Telangana police? It cannot be all about what is expected out of the actors and the film fraternity.
I'm glad, Maria ji, that you've asked this very important question to me. Yes, responsibility it is. Because I've always believed if there is great power, there is great responsibility and equal accountability. There needs to be responsibility and equal accountability. Firstly, let me bring to your notice the fact of the matter that I see this meeting as a step in the right direction. Hyderabad में कहावत है, बात करने से बात बनती है, बात नहीं करने से बात बिगड़ती है. I think this was sacrosanct. This meeting had to take place. Huge heartfelt thanks to Mr. Dil Raju for taking the initiative. Now, coming to Ravi Chandraji, I think I do not agree with you, sir, calling this fascist. Let us understand why did this happen. It is not about Allu Arjun, sir. It is about a 35-year-old woman who has lost her life. Her son is still battling for life. It's been over 3 weeks. So therefore, unfortunate incident happened and then this meeting took place. Now, coming to the points, what can be done from here? Mr. Revanth Reddy Garu has assured the Telangana Film Development Corporation that there will be a committee which will be constituted under the Deputy CM, which will listen to their benefit shows and the ticket prices. Dil Raju ji himself has said these are petty issues, trivial issues, which can be dealt after the committee is able to be formed. Second important point, Revanth Reddy Garuji did say that the Telugu films are indeed there to put the state onto the world map. He also spoke of the National Film Conclave to take place where they could invite the industry experts. Not just that, he also mentioned that from here to map this beautiful state on the not just India and the world, it should be taken place. Now let's come to the police and let's come to the government here. Mariaji, being very honest with you, our friends of the BRS and BJP would be the first people to say if Revanth Reddy Garu went soft on Allu Arjun, they would call him, oh, he's supporting the Shehzada culture. He's supporting the VIP celebrity culture of the Congress party. I am glad that he's shown, be it Allu Arjun, Amitabh Bachchan, Amir Khan, everybody is same under the purview of the law. Law and order should stand supreme. The police arrested, the High Court gave a bail, and so on and so forth. And also, let me tell you, he was the first leader of the Congress party to condemn the attack on Allu Arjun's house, stepped up the security, beefed up the security,
this is
asked them
using
to
some
arrest,
kind of
and he
lever.
ordered the state DGP
The
and police.
state wants to have some
yes,
kind of control over the actors. No, there'll be another reading which can be said as he wants these stalwarts of film industry to fall in line. That is the message that is also coming in from this meeting. Mr. Sridhar Reddy. Sridhar Reddy.
I wanted to clarify. It is not my statement that it's a fascist government. Let me make it very clear. To say that this is a battle between a woman who died and a careless actor is to completely wash your hands away from the responsibility that the police has to manage the scenario. The aspect of saying freedom over safety is fascist. That is what I said.
Okay, Sridhar Reddy.
Maria, we don't have any problem of such a meeting that took place between the industry bigwigs and the government, especially CM and company. But we were only questioning the way government handled the entire episode of Allu Arjun arrest in the past 3-4 days. Nothing more than that. Even in the place of Mr. Allu Arjun, even if a small actor also is there, dealt in the same fashion by the government, for not his direct involvement, we would have fought in the same fashion. Number 3, what is surprising is that the timing of this meeting, when tensions, we don't see, tensions have got cooled down, truce, what is this language all about? What is the tension gone up? The government did its job. When they found there was something wrong, they filed cases and they arrested. He got the bail. After the interrogation has happened, one more time. Now, what is this tension cooling down? Is it that कोई पंचायत है, कोई बड़े लोग हैं और दोनों के बीच में राजी कर दिए? Is it like that or what? And you are trying to paint in a different manner. This is not a fight between two individuals or two private parties. The government machinery is involved. Whom have the Chief Minister spoke to? Is it Movie Artists Association, Producers Council, Directors Association, Film Chamber of Commerce? On what capacity these individuals, on what title they have spoken, just because they are top directors and top actors or top producers, or rather rich film personalities? So what about, I mean, on what title? And what was the agenda basically? Is it to only discuss that benefit shows will not be there, or premier shows will not be there, price hikes will not be there? What else? The agenda was not known even before. However, BRS always wanted peace and tranquility in the state, not only film industry for that matter. Any industry, any individual has to be treated properly, and the government has to, do the administration in such a fair manner. Everybody gets equal chances.
One view
That's
is
the only thing we want. Nothing more than this.
Mariaji, a quick
Somebody has someone saying,
rebuttal of 30
paint the picture in
seconds
different fashion. Not at all.
one moment. Let him finish his point. Yes, go ahead.
So we don't want to, rather, we never wanted to politicize this. As a principal opposition, it is our responsibility to question if the government overdo the things, if any police excess is there, if the government has a vested interest in it, definitely we'll question.
Okay, one view certainly is, Kasturi, that the government is acting out of vengeance because it faced a lot of criticism with regards to its, and the government and the police faced criticism over the stampede, and hence this is their way of hitting back.
I think the government it's responsible, at the end of the day, it's responsible for the safety of its citizens. And in trying to be a benevolent brother, I think this government has become big brother. Today, they are controlling benefit shows. This is a very bad precedent. And this is not my view. This is what these are the stage whispers right after the meeting got concluded. I was in a shoot today. People are talking. This is a very bad precedent, and the question generally is, okay, now benefit shows are not where Stampede happens because typically they are priced higher. The Stampede had something to do, according to the government itself, it had something to do with Mr. Allu Arjun being there and the frenzy to meet him. So now, are we going to ban all shop inaugurations? Are we going to ban religious processions? This is a problem in Hyderabad. Are we going to have minority religious processions, which are huge in number? Are we going to regulate those? Is the government going to say no to political rallies? And even worse is if a politician from this ruling Congress government, if CM Revanth Reddy goes to Andhra or Karnataka or Maharashtra to campaign, the same rule can be invoked against him. Those regimes can say, no, we will not give police permission, police protection for your rally. You can only have 200 people in the rally, and that's it. This is going to backfire big time unless it's a temporary measure and the police gets its act together and there is more understanding. From the point of view of the film industry, though, film industry is, majorly pacifist. The BRS spokesperson asked in what capacity they met. I am duty-bound to explain that this is the Telangana Film Development Corporation headed by Mr. Dilraju, and he took representatives of each of the sectors of the film industry that he thought were relevant. It is pertinent to say that Mr. Allu Arjun was there as well. So I think, at the end of the day, film people just want their business to go on. They just want the people that they are liable to, accountable to be happy. At that juncture, I also have to point out that people on the street, the talk on the street is not very favorable to the government steps in this direction, because what fans are saying, and again, this is not just my view, this is this talk on the street, fans are reacting that the chief minister is punishing them, not the film industry, not the star, not the police, not the event organizers, not the state.
Perhaps Abbas will be able to respond to that.
Yep.
This is the view that Kasturi is picking up, that the fans are saying that the chief minister is punishing them, not Mr. Allu Arjun or other big wigs of the industry.
I think I completely disagree on that front, and I'll tell you why. The chief of Telangana Film Development Corporation's words, I'm glad Kasturiji mentioned about benefit shows. Ma'am, let me remind you what respected Dilraju Sahab has said about benefit shows. The Hindu, I'm quoting The Hindu today. Mr. Dilraju dismissed the issue of benefit shows and ticket prices as trivial in the whole episode. They are not the agenda for us, and they are just part of the picture. For the same reason why Revanth Reddy Garu also assured there will be a committee. He did not say no to benefit shows or ticket prices.
Okay.
There will be a committee formed under Deputy Chief Minister to take care. Just 30 seconds, Maria ji. 30 seconds.
Okay.
Now coming to the point that Sridhar Reddy Garu, mere bade bhai hain, उन्होंने कहा कि why politicize the issue? Respected sir, over the last 4 days, I've been on 20 debates on NDTV. You speak more of Allu Arjun than the lady who passed away or her kid. Is it not politicization? Your leader, KTR Garu, did he once visit the lady who died or her family?
Kasturi, let us speak, please. Let us speak.
Okay, can we, with due respect to Mr. Abbas's death peddling, which I have heard multiple times now.
No, don't call it death peddling, ma'am. A life is lost.
Can we please stop being
Maria ji, I take offense to such language, Maria ji.
Abbas, you'll have to listen to her.
Such language.
Abbas, you'll have to listen to her. She was patient with
This is not the language you speak on national television.
Extend that.
This is not the language we expect from you.
Not acceptable. acceptable.
Did you call it death
please,
peddling?
Let her
How
make
can
a
you
point,
allow such
please.
talk from
You are
her?
doing that.
Abbas, let her
You
make
are
a
doing
How
point.
can you allow such talk? That's shameful.
You are
That's
doing
absolutely
that.
shameful. You call it death peddling? How do you
What
know
is
that I'm
shameful
saying that?
is that
It's wrong.
every time,
It's
instead of
highly
talking
shameful
about what
for
is
you
on
to use
Kasturi
such
on the
debate,
language
screen
on
you
now.
go
national
You
back
have
to
made your
television.
point,
talking about
Abbas.
the tragic
Kasturi on
accident.
the
It's
screen.
very
Yes,
unfortunate.
Kasturi, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. We did the math today. Turns out there are about 1,800 screens that take part in a benefit show on the first day and on for the next ensuing weekend. That's about 50 to 100 crores of a Big Stars collection in the first weekend. This is the number for a Telugu film for the first weekend through the special shows and through the weekend shows. So anybody, including Mr. Dilraju, who says that it's a small matter, is being politically correct, and he has to. If I were in his place, I would say the same thing. I'm not going to go on record and say, it's going to be a big hit. They will be working towards it behind the scenes, and as with everything else, one hopes for
Moving
the best.
away from politics, I want your final thought on this, Mr. Ravichandar. It looks like that there is temporary understanding, not really a truce, which has been worked out. If the actors don't step out for promotions, then how else will they promote their films? But crowd control cannot be the responsibility of the actors either, or the filmmakers, or the directors either. So where does it all head? My question is that it happens all over the world. This is not that only Allu Arjun stepped out to promote his film.
Two things. First is very clear. This is a no-brainer for me. Controlling crowds is police function. You may control it by saying we will have 10,000, 5,000, 2,000, 1,000, depending on the place, the venue, the size, the time, the event. Now, as the lady said, as Kasturi said, today you're saying you will not allow an actor to come. Tomorrow you will say a politician shall not come. Day after you will say an evangelist shall not come. Where do you draw the line?
Okay.
And what are parameters by which you are doing this? This is very dangerous. This has nothing to do with Allu Arjun so far as I'm concerned. For all I know, for all I care, you may prosecute Allu Arjun in accordance with the law. I have a problem there too. I want to ask this question. Allu Arjun is prosecuted. Why is the heroine of the film not prosecuted? How many people in the crowd do you know came to see Allu Arjun and not the heroine? We all love to see a heroine, and she's got more glamour. So I may have for all I know, I may have gone to see the heroine. Why have you not prosecuted her? On what basis have you not? Every actor, there are 20 actors in the film. Everybody wants to.
I'd like to answer that, please.
Ms. Ravichandra, I get your point. I get your point, certainly, because the entire police investigation is under question here. And these meetings, if they do not really yield results, then the larger question is it just about the state displaying its power? Some kind of power trip the state may be on. Thank you so much for joining us, Kasturi Shankar, L. Ravichandar, Mr. Revanth Reddy, and Asad Abbas. That's all from me. Thanks so much for watching.